Welcome back or welcome to the Surf Mastery Podcast, the show that helps passionate, lifelong surfers to catch more waves, surf with more speed, style, and grace, building wisdom and confidence in the water. I am your host, Michael Frampton, and today's episode is all about managing expectations in surfing. Now, we've all had the experience of turning up to the beach and expecting it to be 4 foot and offshore, because that's what the forecast promised. But then when we arrive, it's 2 foot and onshore. And that familiar feeling of disappointment sets in. And of course, the opposite is true also. The forecast says it's going to be 2 foot and onshore, but we decide to go for a surf anyway. And when we get there, it's 4 foot and clean. And suddenly, you are elated. Now, these emotional swings aren't actually caused by the surf itself. It's caused by your expectations. So it actually makes sense to lower your expectations, especially around conditions. For example, if your expectation is that it's surfable, that's a pretty low bar. Combine that with the mindset of I'm going to catch one wave, and you've set a low bar that's actually empowering and realistic. Most frustration, anger, and disappointment in the surf comes from these unmet expectations. If you expect to catch 10 waves but only get 3, you'll likely walk away frustrated. Because what happens then is, instead of you focusing on the enjoyment of the experience of being in the ocean and riding 3 waves, you chose to focus on the 7 waves that you didn't get. And lately I've been practicing this idea, and when I paddle out, my goal is to catch 1 wave, no matter what the surf is like. A couple of weeks ago, I drove out to the beach for a surf, and the only expectation I had was that it was going to be surfable. I had boards in the car ready for any type of condition, as always. And when I turned up, it looked like it was pumping. It was well overhead. There was heaps of waves coming through. There were plenty of surfers out, but there were plenty of waves as well. And I sort of felt like I should higher my expectations, but I managed them in the moment. And I thought, no, I'm just going to suit up, paddle out, and catch 1 wave. Go from there. And then as I was suiting up, I was watching the surf, and I sort of realized, oh man, people aren't really catching these waves. There's a lot of paddling for waves happening, but no one was really catching them. I wasn't quite sure why when I was suiting up. But when I got out, when I managed to paddle out the back, I realized, man, it's actually really hard to catch these waves. There was a lot of water moving. There was a lot of backwash and secondary swells. So it was really tricky to get into these waves. And most of the surfers out there were pretty frustrated with it, because I suspect they had seen the surf look like it was pumping, and they paddled out with all these expectations of catching some of these waves, and not many people were. And the ones that were catching was just really bumpy, and there wasn't much good quality surfing going on. It took me 40 minutes to catch 1 wave, but that one wave made my day. That's because I had kept my expectations low. I've been sharing these thoughts with clients recently as well, and a few clients have adopted this just 1 wave approach, and it's taken the pressure off their surfing. They're enjoying surfing more, feeling freer in the water. Ironically, they're actually surfing better as a result. It tends to be what happens, is because when the example I gave, when the waves, they look good but they aren't, which happens a lot, and it takes you ages to even get 1, well, you've met your expectation. You actually appreciate that 1 wave a lot more. But if I was to had paddled out there and caught that 1 wave in the first 5 minutes, well, then I've got another 35 minutes of time up my sleeve. And if you end up catching 2, that's double your expectations. And of course, I've had surfs recently where I've paddled out expecting to catch 1 and caught 20. It just makes you enjoy surfing so much more. So, listener, here's the challenge. Next time you go surfing, set your expectation to just catching one wave. Try it, feel it out, see what happens. If you enjoyed this philosophical approach to surfing and you want to go deeper, head over to surfmastery.com and grab a copy of the ebook, The Philosophy of Surfing. It's available now for about the price of a cup of coffee. The link is in the show notes. And as always, thanks for listening. Keep surfing.